Welcome back to another spiritual oracle card reading. We're going to go ahead and read these cards and see what we see. Now, the information that comes through this reading is useful. Just set the intention that it's for your highest good, and let's see what happens. First card that comes out is friendliness. What does it suggest? It suggests that we learn how to mix with other people, because when we are communicating with them, we are trading stuff with them anyway. So you want to find that common ground. And you want to see that it's going to help you to expand your own thinking, your own beliefs, your own perspectives. So the friendliness card is showing us that everybody is a unique blossom of a tree of life. Everybody is 100% self-worth and valuable. And we want to make sure that we are finding ways to mix and mingle that are not banging our heads against each other's branches. The other thing we see here is as above, so below, as you can see in the reflection. So the type of stuff that you hold in your consciousness that you're thinking about, just know that that's getting reflected back as experiences in your personal life. And you want to make sure that you are choosing the very best of that, the blue diamond down here. Choose the very best for yourself in the way that you describe things, but also for the other person, you want to imagine and feel the very best for them, thinking the very best for them. And that way you're going to be setting yourself up for the best way of mixing well and creating this new color together. All right, the last thing here is this green that's kind of right in the middle, and what that's signifying is the green heart chakra of both people. Remember, overall, every person is a spiritual being. A green heart chakra, it's just a symbol for the spiritual body, the center of it. Everybody is a spiritual being having a human experience. They're all on their own tree of life path, meaning that they all have their own stuff that they are putting into the world. It may not be exactly what you are putting in the world. So there might be some things that you maybe don't agree with, but don't focus on that so much. Let that be the outsides of the trees where you don't mix, and instead focus on the beauty and the expansion that the two of you are having together, on the similarities or on the areas where you're able to bring new perspectives to each other and see through new eyes. Remember, you don't ever have to take on anybody's perspectives. You can always just consider it and take parts of it, even reinterpret it in ways that are helpful to you. Friendliness. All right. And the last thing I want to say there is that we really want to have that overarching idea that the world itself is friendly to us. We don't want to create an enemy for no reason. Remember, there's one power. That one power is kind of like the sun. There's one power that animates and grows all of the trees, all the flowers. That one power is moving through all of us. It may come out in different colors or different variations or in different activities, interests, and words, but it's still the same one power, not two powers fighting each other. Okay, let's take another card, take it from a different deck. So we got friendliness, friendliness with the world, friendliness with others, mixing with others' perspectives, seeing how we are expanding. There's no enemies. What do we got next? Patience. Okay, now, when we are working with other people, there is going to be an element of patience that may need to be employed. You can always get that by going back into your white light channel. What's that? That is you pausing and breathing, for example, or you just taking a moment to let go, to rest, to meditate, whatever you do in order to go back into your center space. It's easy to just pause and get calm by taking a long, slow, deep breath. That can serve to unhook us from information and emotions, and it can serve to bring us back into our true identity, reminding us that we are that one white light living inside of a human being, expanding in new ways in the world through our words and our actions, our beliefs, our emotions. Look at that. We want to know that we are wearing our long black and white pigtail ponytails coming down. Even people that don't have any hair got this going on. It is all the little stitchings of what we get through when our patience is tried. Patience is tried. So there are moments where we are feeling a little bit of resistance. Maybe we're feeling a little bit of the outer part of somebody else's tree, and we're not quite sure how it fits in with our life. When that happens, we will want to be able to relax, unhook, do that breathing exercise, or whatever it is you need to do to calmly unhook so that you don't react and pay back some kind of a ouch towards them. And this is our patience stitching us up higher and higher to more white light, because we are overcoming some of the little annoyances or some of the little confusions or some of the little dark moments of our lives as we're interacting with people and things. We'll definitely get through them, especially if we remember that we are mostly white light overall, or that beyond this self, we are this spiritual being having the human experience. If you always come back to that, you're always going to know that you are beyond the world of black and white duality or of good and bad, and instead you are this gemstone that lives inside of a person's life. Let's pull another card and see what we're going to see. Okay, the poet. Ooh, yeah, let's make sure that we are looking at life in some kind of a creative way. Know that you are a creative source. No one else is going to fly the birds the way you do, meaning that no one can put all the little puzzle pieces together exactly the way that you do. You are a unique tree that no one else will ever be. And this is a poetic experience. Your whole life is really a poetic song, a story that no one else can ever contribute. So it's based on all of your past experiences, all of the words you know, all of the meanings you hold, even all the dreams you have at night, and all the times you go into your dreams in the morning, write them down, and reinterpret what they might mean to you. As you continue to work with all of the colors and bring all of this black into a white light experience, meaning that as you continue to interpret reality and interact with reality and bring all of that white light up into the day of your life, then you're going to be expanding, you can see it here, expanding in a way that is just beautiful. And you'll see more and more your own life as an unfolding story that is unlike no other. This brings a sense of self-worth and of humbleness and gratitude that can't be beat. Then you'll know more and more that your own self-worth is 100%, and that's going to translate to seeing that other people are 100% as well. And that's going to bring us back to that friendliness, that feeling that everybody around us has something to offer, and that we can get along with everyone, and that we're able to mix well with everyone as we go through our day. Let's look at this last card here, the planetary shift. Okay, so again, this shows the two worlds connecting. This shows that we do have that green heart chakra that is uniting all of us. We want to make sure that we realize that everybody's a spiritual being having a human experience. We're going to use our words to connect the best we can with other people. We're going to be continuing to bring that light down. You can see it's both these cards. Here she is down here she is up here. So she goes from the black and white world with that patience, slips down into this beautiful world of communicating the green heart chakra in a joyful way. That's what the yellow is. It's just a continuous third eye. You can see the eyeball right here. There's the third eye. You can see that. It's just a continuous creation process and an expansion. Think of this as a ripple that goes out. An expansion of words, expansion of energy, an expansion of renewal and new things growing in the world in this big old, bigger tree of life that we are all part of. We're going to pull one more card just to see. So, no enemy, mixing well with others, handling it when things are a little annoying or tough, breathing through it, keeping your center light, knowing who you are as a conscious spiritual being, 100% self-worth. Let yourself receive, and you're going to receive from other people with the experiences you have with them in a friendly way. You can see she's braiding her hair. That brings us back to the braids right here. You're not braiding a black and white experience. You're braiding new colors into the world. And really just a beautiful thing. Allow others to give you loving care. Receive without guilt or apologies. The world is for you. People are here for you. Everything's for you. Go ahead and mix well with others. Learn how to continue to see the very best in yourself and them as you communicate that into the world and continue to contribute the very interesting, poetic things that your whole life really brings with every movement, every word, everything, every emotion, every belief that you have, and every change that you go through. Take care. Thanks for being a part of this reading. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Be someone that watches every day if you're inspired to do that. Leave me a comment. Bring down that notification bell so that you set it to daily notifications. And I will see you again tomorrow. Take care, friend. Welcome back to another spiritual oracle card reading. My name is Brian Nesline. I am a psychic, clairvoyant, spiritual card reader. and I'm going to read some cards for you today. Now look, this is super simple. Just take a breath and set your intention that this reading is for you, for your highest good. Now, if we do that, that's all that's going to happen, because we are the ones who are in control of our reality, of what we're perceiving, and of what gets into our conscious spiritual space. So if we set that intention, then we're ready. We're geared up, we're set up, we're in perfect position to be able to just receive the very best of what we're hoping for. So take that breath, hold it in a little extra long. That'll flood your blood with oxygen. Ooh, release some serotonin. Bring you into that quiet space of awareness. Here we go. Let's start it off with this Little Mermaid and Dolphin deck. What's it say? It's playtime. Now, what is that all about? It means that this world is really a playground. There's nothing to be so worried about in one way or another. You can relax and let go and be more playful. Playful with people, places, and things around you. You can just wear the world like a little bit of a loose garment and just go around in that little bit of a banter back and forth with the people around you. Kind of playing off their expressions, bouncing back and forth, having a little bit of a whirlwind juggle of words and emotions, knowing that you are safe and protected as that white light that is living inside of a person called you. And look, here's your higher self represented by the mermaid. That's the part of us that's spiritual, that is beyond the world of changes that happen all throughout the day. The dolphins know the importance of playing, as joy creates miracles and manifestation. So when we're playing, when we're being childlike, when we're being loose, then things are going to be like it is when we were kids. And we're going to have a lot of less attachment to any worries, fears, any dark thinking, any of that crappity crap. So we started off with playtime. Let's see where we end up in the next card. If we're relaxed and we're loose, then we wear the world like a loose garment. That's going to allow us to move through any suppressive experiences. If there's anything that feels like it's creeping in and trying to get you, that stuff's really going to turn out to just be an expansion of the light in your life. So these things aren't really after us. They're more opportunities for the light to expand in our life. Remember that anything that we perceive around us is just information. It's not so much black or white. That's why it shows this down below here. It's more just information that we can use for our highest good if we choose to see it in that way. Plus, we can always mine all the information of its beautiful energy, its light. Even darker things, even people complaining, even people that are annoying, it's not that they are, it's that they are expressing information that maybe we prefer isn't the way we'd want it to be in that moment. But it doesn't matter if you focus on the energy or the light that is moving through them. It strips it of any negative or positive connotations, and you're just allowed to have that full measure of the butterfly winged expansion of the energy in your personal life. And that's also why we see the number 10 here with the red diamond. The red is the root chakra color. It just means expansion of our material world or our material circumstances. And you can see all the red and yellow here is just new energy coming in. And it's the new binary system, the 1 and the 0 or the 10. That's just representative of the white light coming into the world to create more and more iterations of data or information or experiences. So it's not so much a black and white world of good versus bad as it is a 1 and a 0 working together, information working together to be able to expand all the dark spaces of life and let the universe bring more light and energy into it. Let's go ahead and pull another card, see where we're going to go. So we know it's playful. We know that the light is just expanding in the world. We know that we're not really on this two-power system anymore, that there's no real good versus evil in the spiritual reality that we are living in. We're surrendering that old way and we are moving into this sacred journey where really all it's about is expanding this root chakra. There it is again, the red, with a white light. You can see it right in the middle. And it's just expanding it in a lot of ways that look like they could be black and white, negative and positive. And you can see all the oranges, that creative chakra, sacral chakra, expanding life with all of our brain ideas. Look at all of those brain waves, all of those little synapses firing, all those new connections growing, all of these intelligent seeds of light that are going out into the world through our words. That's all the blue, through our words, how we describe things, what we say, and through our innermost ideas. You can see it with the dark blue here, our third eye space. So we are really just continuously expressing more and more light in the world, whether we are being playful or whether we are being serious. Either way, that light is going to come in. So you might as well be playful with it and have a good, joyful time with it, because the light's going to come in either way. You can certainly bring it in with joy. You don't have to bring it in a serious, scary way. You are the one who is giving the offerings into the world. God's source universe is working through us in this dark place to be able to bring more light, more energy to the day-to-day life of ourselves and others around us. Remember, there's a whole spiritual dimension, a whole spiritual storyline that's unfolding. It's not just a literal story of day-to-day life. It's something much deeper. And as we know who we are as this spiritual being, we become more and more aware of the little patterns, the little connections, the little waves of light that are coming through everything. There's less of any type of a feeling of an enemy, and there's just a constant state of well-being, really, and of knowing that we are the ones who are able to have the resistance around the world, whether there are good or bad things happening. We're able to bend like this plant right here with the seasons and the changes, and we're able to always bring down our green heart chakra, represented by the parrot here. That is us being able to reflect back all of the spiritual things that we are aware of up here and that we are seeing reflected back in our reality. So know that you've got the strength here of the bull. Grab the bull by the horns, meaning ride life fully as that white spearhead going into the world who has learned to master the two horns, the black and white, the good and bad, the negative and positive. We've overcome the world. We have the resistance to any of the war of the opposites in the world. And now we are able to really blossom as the kings and queens of this reality. Remember, you are the only conscious awareness in your reality. Whatever you decide up here is how things get governed out there in your personal experiences. So choose wisely. Be that one that employs their self to do the most joyful things in the world and to bring down all of those pearls and that water of life in the playful way that you can with people, places, and things around you. Wear the world like a loose garment. You're a born entrepreneur. Your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. And really that business is the business of being spiritual in a material, physical person called you. Enjoy. That's your reading for today. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Go ahead and like the video, share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I publish every day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye. Welcome back to another spiritual card reading. My name is Brian Nesline. I'm here to read some cards for you. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So, first card that comes out is called the Visionary. What a nice card. Now look, the first thing it tells us here is that this is us. We are this spiritual alien. We are this alien being, just meaning that we have a part of us that we would call spirit or consciousness or awareness. And it has entered into the world through people. You can call this the Christ within. You've heard the Bible story. Basically, God sent its Son into the world. Doesn't necessarily mean Jesus. It means that Christ thing, the spiritual thing, the visionary, the white light, God inside of mankind. So here we are as the visionary. So God's like, yo, let me just drop myself inside of people as consciousness. And now I'll be able to express through their words. That's what all the blue is. Through their words, I'll express waves of visions, meaning waves of new iterations, of new ways of describing things, of new ways of looking at the world, new perspectives. The visionaries, that's you. Now look, you are fully capable of envisioning so many wonderful things. Why? Because All the little star dots here represent all of the experiences we've ever had in our life. All the words we've ever learned, all the emotions we've ever felt, all the little experiences and scenarios we've ever learned about, every TV show we watched, every book we read, every story we've overheard, all of that. All that data, all those points of data are at our disposal. They're in the database of our personal self. I want you to think of the universe as all of that data and that you have access to it. All you need to do is know yourself as the spiritual visionary and then allow information to come up and communicate it in a nice flowing way. And what you're going to find is you're going to get new ideas. You're going to see things in new ways and you're going to express them. And as you do that, you're going to be bringing the main white light down more and more. The Godhead source of the universe is going to come through your little inner Christ, your little inner spiritual self, your little observer within, that spiritual you, and then it's going to come out through your words and your actions. That's going to create more and more data. So this is all it really is. We are light bringers. We are light workers. We're bringing light into the world. Again, Jesus said it, not to quote the Bible, but who cares? We can quote that sometimes. He said, I am the light of the world. You are the light of the world. It's so simple. If you know your identity like this, what's there to be afraid of? Nothing, because there isn't any enemy. There's one God, one source, one light, one white light, you, and it's consciousness, awareness, spirit. So think about what's happening here. If you're on the level of self still, and you don't know your identity as a spirit or as a conscious Christ thing, then you might have some trouble because we're at the level then of the data, and then we're going to get pushed and pulled around by what we see outside of us. Instead of having the visionary to bring white light into the world, we are then reacting to all of the data around us, which we think that could be against us. So here's the energetic shield. Now, if you are just a self still, then what's going to happen is you'll have to protect yourself against stuff. You'll feel like there's an enemy that's out to get you. And that sucks. And you spend a lot of your time trying to think of joyful things, that's what the yellow is, and radiate that out so that you can protect yourself against the darker things that could creep in. Now, you can again see that the alien is right here inside of her. So always, even when we are feeling like a self trapped in the world, we still have within us that green heart chakra and that little alien visionary, that little alien being. Let me see if I can focus that. And so when that happens, you want to remember, you want to use these outer experiences that are disturbing to pause and get calm, take a breath. Allow that to remind you who you are as that visionary, as that alien living inside of a personal self. And when we say alien, again, it's not meant to be like little green guy, even though it's green right here. That's funny. It's more about extraterrestrial, meaning outside of the earth, beyond earth. The thing that came in from the stars or from heaven or from another dimension, whatever you want to call it. The thing that is not of the material world. The spirit, the non-material part of our makeup. Simple. You can call it awareness, you can call it consciousness. Now that we are knowing that there's no enemy, we can use this energy of our visions to go out into the world. That's what's really happening, is we're radiating it, just like in this picture. We're radiating our ideas, our words, our energy. It's flowing, it's helping the universe to expand through your personal life. It's just that simple. So you get to choose how you want your universe, how you want the universe to expand through you. That's the gift. That means you can decide up here, use your visionary ability to imagine whatever the heck you want to, and then trust as it comes out. Follow your intuition, follow your inclinations, speak about it in the ways that you are inspired to, and it will just come back as a personal experience. You can recreate your life in this way. You don't need other people to tell you your future. No. Instead, create your own future based on the votes that you cast up here. More importantly, based on knowing that you are that visionary And here they are, the golden crown, which is all of your thoughts, your ideas, your creative chakra. Look at it. It's the yellow and the orange. That's the sacral chakra of creativity. And the joy, all of the joy of what you really prefer is going to come out and up through you so that you can have this volcanic, not destructive, but sometimes it rearranges things, this volcanic creative process to then come down into the world and solidify as the experiences that you're looking to see. So know this, know that your hopes and dreams are free to come to pass when you know who you are as this alien in the world. Most of the work is just in letting go of the self and trusting that the spiritual identity is the true thing, the living thing in us. And then using your words to describe it more and more so that you are able to stay awake in it, to it. And if you're running any trouble, that energetic shield is going to bounce it off anyway, and you're going to remember who you are as that visionary. You'll get your new ideas, you'll go on and on with your new ideas, and they will just carry you higher and higher or into a more expanded experience of what it is that you're really looking for. Nothing is impossible, nothing is against you. What can I say? The readings all sound very similar. They really are here to help more and more people remember who they are, come out of that isolation of being a limited self in the world that feels cut off from the light, and start to melt those tears of joy. That's what we see there. This is going to melt the tears of joy. That's what we see in here and in here. And it's going to allow that white light to just continue to expand in the world. So we are inside of a self, expanding by knowing who we are as a spiritual being, having a human experience, simply imagining and feeling what we prefer, letting it go and trusting, and following that inner space moment by moment with the inspirations. That's your reading. Enjoy it. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Pull down the little notification bell, leave me a comment. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.